It's times like this when I miss Julian Assange and WikiLeaks. If Donald Trump has any sense in his brain, he would pardon Julian Assange. Presidents usually have a habit of pardoning very controversial people at the end of their presidency. And I mean, if he wins in 2020, then hopefully he can pardon him at the end of his presidency in 21, 22, 24, 2024. And if he loses, hopefully he pardons him on January the 19th, 2021. But the reason why I say this is because Julian Assange and WikiLeaks were the ones who uncovered the diabolical plot to destroy Bernie Sanders. Someone who I don't really agree with, mostly because I agree with what he wants to do. He wants to give health care to people. He wants to help people, and I like that about him. I respect Bernie. I don't hate Bernie. I'm not one of those middle-aged boomers, middle-aged boomers who go around saying how much he's this and that and whatever. To hell with those kind of people. They can go jump off a bridge. The thing with Bernie is that his plan to help people would devastate the U.S. economy. And without a U.S. economy, you can't help people. Look at Cuba, look at Venezuela, look at North Korea, look at Zimbabwe, look at all these places. These are people who wanted to help people but didn't have they were ignorant of economics. So if Bernie wants to ever one day sit down with people like me, real smart people, not neocons or people on Wall Street, but smart people who have thought up of ways to help people while making sure the economy is intact, then he's welcome to do so. But I don't appreciate the fact that it looks like the Democrat establishment is trying to come down on him again, and now they're coming down on Tulsi Gabbard. And it was WikiLeaks that uncovered the diabolical plot to destroy Bernie Sanders. They uncovered many different ways they could humiliate, besmirch, destroy Bernie, and the reason they wanted to do that was because the neocons and the neoliberals come from the same coin. They're two sides of the same coin. They're both pro-war. They're both globalists. They're both Zionists to the heap. And Bernie Sanders, while I don't agree with him on the way he wants to help individuals, he is not pro-war, or at least pro-stupid war. He's not going to go to wars which are going to benefit Israel and destroy and kill poor Americans from ghettos and trailer parks. He's not going to do things like that. I would even say that he would probably be one of those presidents who would do something about the Federal Reserve. And, the system does not like that. Just like the National Republican Party did everything they could to destroy Donald Trump. But the thing is that Donald Trump beat them. He beat Ted Cruz, that foreigner. He beat Marco Rubio. He beat Jeb Bush. He beat John Kasich. And now they're all standing lock, stock, and barrel behind him. The problem is that it looks like he might be the one standing behind them now instead of the other way around. But that's a story for a different time. But Bernie Sanders failed. And now it looks like it's happening again. The problem is it looks like he's ahead in the polls now. And Hillary Clinton is now coming out with a new documentary which talks about her life. She's a narcissist. Okay, that's fine. Playing victim, talk about 2016. She's still bitter about that, and that's okay. She's a sore loser, and, that's fine. I'd probably be a sore loser, too. She got humiliated, first by Barack Obama, the first black president, and then she got humiliated by Donald Trump, the first orange president. So, she's pretty humiliated. Here's this white, privileged, come from the suburbs of Chicago, Hillary Rodham Clinton, who everybody thought would be president one day. It was just a matter of fact that she would be president, and she's been humiliated by a black man and a cantankerous orangutan. So, she must be pretty humiliated. But now she's coming out against Bernie Sanders now, and she's saying things like, well, people don't like Bernie Sanders. That's what she said. She's saying that, here, hang on, let me get the actual quote. Let me get the actual quote. And she said this on the documentary recently. Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders. I'm typing it in now. See what she said. Let's see what she said. Okay. She's saying that nobody liked him and he was an ineffective U.S. senator who accomplished little because nobody liked him. That's what this woman is saying. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to work with him. He gets nothing done. That's what she said about Bernie Sanders. I mean, now let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. First of all, Hillary Clinton, nobody likes you. Okay, you're a loser. You're a two-time loser. And I'm going to stick up for Bernie on this one. I like Bernie. Personally, I like Bernie. I think he is ignorant on economics. But personally, I have no fear of saying it. I don't care if any cantankerous, old, middle-aged, middle-class person. Oh, how could Arana Nation say he liked Bernie Sanders? Personally, I don't like him. I wouldn't vote for him. Because I think he'd destroy the economy and turn America into Venezuela. But I do think he's a good person. Now, let's look at this. Nobody likes Hillary. I mean, Hillary Clinton lost to Barack Obama, a one-term, half-a-term senator who's black, whose name is Obama, and whose middle name is Hussein. I mean, and Hillary Clinton, the darling of the Democrat Party, everybody thought she would be the president after George Bush, lost to him. Lost to him. She lost. Now, fast forward, she nearly lost to Bernie Sanders. If she didn't have the Democrat machine behind her, she would have lost. I think she rigged it. She did rig it. It's a fact. WikiLeaks proved it. She rigged it. She rigged the election against Bernie. And people hated her for it. They tore up that convention in Philadelphia in 2016. And now she was beaten by Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump, somebody who has been divorced 2 times, somebody who has said some of the most outrageous things in public, somebody who, I mean, frankly, it's like everybody thought would lose every single state in the country. She lost to him. She lost to someone like Trump. I voted for Trump, and she lost. So, I mean, Hillary, nobody likes you. And here's one thing. If you're talking about the people in the U.S. House of Senate, the Senate, and those people in the legislature on Capitol Hill, if you're talking about those people who don't like Bernie Sanders, well, I have got some advice for Bernie Sanders. If Hillary Clinton thinks that those people on the legislature don't like you, you should wear that with a badge of honor. Bernie Sanders, listen, if the people on the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate who have done nothing for the United States, who have destroyed this country, if they don't like you, Bernie, brother, that is the biggest honor you could ever get. Do not be upset by what Hillary Clinton said. What she just did to you, what she just said about you is an honor. It's an honor because they don't like Trump. They don't like the people that those lobbyists and lawyers and senators on the left and the right, U.S. House of Representatives, all those aides and all those people, if they don't like you, that's awesome. That means you're doing something right. You're doing something right, Bernie. You know, I've always said, the wrong people, the losers, they don't like me. And I take it as a badge of honor. If you realize, take this. The type of people who don't like Arana Nation. Globalists, Zionists, extreme Islamists, neocons. Those kind of people don't like me. And I wear it as a badge of honor. I love it. I love pissing those kind of people off. And I'll do it again. I've got this Zionistic website now all up on me, listening to everything I'm saying, word for word, typing out everything I say on their little website which nobody knows about. I consider that a badge of honor. Right? Hey, right, Morris? I want you to hate me. I want you to hate me. So, Bernie, I mean, you know why? Because if they don't agree with you, that means you got God on your side. Because what they stand for and what the people who don't like Bernie stand for, globalism, war, all this sort of stuff, lying to the middle class that you're on their side, but you're secretly on the side of Wall Street. Those people are going to hell. Those people are the sons of Satan. That's Lucifer. Are you going to tell me that if Lucifer doesn't like me, that means I'm on the side of righteousness? That just confirms to me I'm going to heaven. So that's the first. That's that. So number one, nobody likes Hillary. The people who should like him, the people who count, the American voters, they don't like Hillary. They seem to like Bernie. He might win. People say that he's going to lose. He might win. I mean, I'm not going to vote for him, but he might win. Don't count Bernie out. If, Trump better start putting America first like he said he was going to do. Stop trying to go into these wars and he's going to lose. But anyway, let's stop talking about that. I'm not here to say that I'm endorsing Bernie. I've endorsed Tulsi Gabbard for the Democrat primary. I have yet to endorse anybody for the presidency, but I know that I would like Donald Trump to beat that one who's running against him in the Republican primary. That one who was governor of Massachusetts. I can't remember his name, and I don't really care. He was the vice presidential candidate for Gary Johnson. I can't remember his name. He was governor of Massachusetts. He's not important. I'd like Trump to be the Republican nominee, and I would like Gabbard to be the Democrat nominee. I've endorsed her for the Democrat primary. Now, who should be president, I'm not sure. I've been a bit disappointed with Trump. You know that he's trying to start a war with Iran. He's acting like a globalist. He's pandering to the Zionists. I don't like that. He's secretly, I've always said, but that's not what we're talking about right now. The people who matter don't like Hillary Clinton. And if she thinks she can come back into this race, she's mistaken. She's not going to go anywhere. She'll never be president. But the second thing is that I consider it a badge of honor for Bernie Sanders if the lobbyists and the senators and the aides and the lawyers on Capitol Hill don't like him and don't want to work for him. Because those people are satanic. And I'm not saying Bernie's perfect, but I wouldn't consider him a satanic. I wouldn't consider him satanic. I do say, though, that he's got righteousness on his side if those people don't like him. Because if those people don't like him, he must be doing something right. They didn't like Trump. And they still don't like him. So if the swamp doesn't like you, Bernie, I would consider that a very, very good thing. And if they like Hillary Clinton, then that just confirms she's got a one-way ticket to hell! And this is the